Good morning, Port St. Lucie. Welcome back to another episode of PSL Daily Download, your first stop to all things real estate in Port St. Lucie. Today we got a lot of great stuff to cover. We're going to do the month end review of inventory right there. We'll see where we're starting for the month. We'll also look at the mortgage rates. There's been a lot of movement, so I'm going to kind of touch on that. We're going to look at what the markets look like this morning and where they've been here recently. And then I'm going to end with a local article, which I'm sure you guys are all aware of, but I kind of have some thoughts on it. Wanted to share them, see what you guys think about that. So before I get started, today is July 3rd, 2024. Hope you're having a fantastic, what is it? Tuesday? No, Wednesday already. Wow, Wednesday. Tomorrow is for the 4th of July, which I'm excited for. Hope you guys have, before I forget, hope you guys have a fantastic 4th of July, a safe one. So let's jump in. Let's look at where inventory ended last month, where it's picking up, and then we'll kind of go from there. All right. So inventory, so the last month, so we ended up at 2407 as of the last day of the month, which was an increase of 2.69 overall for the month of June. Now, homes with prices under 375 actually were down 5.17%. So it started at 600. We ended up at 569. So we actually saw a nice little decrease. Let me put my mouse there so I can there you go. We saw a nice little increase on lower priced homes, which makes sense. Of course, affordability is an issue in today's world. Homes valued at above 375 increased 482. So we saw a nice little increase right over here. Now, homes with a reduced price ended up at started at 632, ended up at 633. So not a lot of movement there. But I could tell you that a lot of homes moved during that time. A lot of homes came on the market, came off the market, but we kind of ended up where we started at the beginning of the month. And again, I may have touched on this, I may have said this a few times. June, July, maybe even August, very volatile in these numbers because there's a lot of movements. A lot of people are looking to move before the school year, which is normal, seasonal. So a lot of homes are being put on the market so that way they can move out wherever they're moving to. And then, of course, people are moving in, purchasing and scooping in to purchase those properties. So moving on, homes that are listed for rent start at 450. We ended up at 498. So that's where the big movement was. We saw an increase of 10.67. Now I could tell you, obviously that was through the end of the month. At the beginning of the month, you know that these properties start coming off. Why? Renewals, right? Is renting somewhere, then they start on the 1st of July. So um, I I'm pretty sure we're gonna see the lower amount on the new month. So, but overall, very kind of mainstream. It wasn't very, I expected inventory. I'll be honest with you, I expected inventory to increase and outpace the sales of homes, but 2.69, not a big number, not as much as I expected. So let's see where we're at for July. Expect a lot of volatility, especially at the beginning of the month. Why? Again, leases are being expired, some properties are coming on, renting, a lot of closings on the first or on the last day of the month, things like that. So as of July 1st, we started the month at 2417. We are currently at 2383. So it's a decreased month today of 1.41. No big news there. And again, I'm not even going to dig into these, very volatile, and it doesn't really represent what the month is going to look like. So we'll keep tracking it as we normally do and kind of go from there. So where are we with mortgage rates? So we are on Mortgage News Daily's daily rate survey. They have the 30-year fixed rate again as of the last closing day, as of the after the bell or after the closing of the last business day, sorry, which was yesterday, Tuesday afternoon. They have the rate at 7.13, which was down zero point zero 0.01, and the 30-year FHA at 6.60, down zero point zero 0.02, which changed a little bit because over, I think it was either Thursday or Friday through Monday, we saw a pretty big increase. So if you guys track this, I've had clients that are, they were locking in rates and I mean, all that stuff. And we saw a pretty sizable increase. And when I say sizable, I mean probably about actually a little bit more at the peak, right? From the lowest of Thursday, let's say, to the highest of Monday, or maybe even Tuesday morning. The swing was about a quarter percent on the pricing, on the rate, sorry, um, which is significant. We saw a lot of volatility there. So it's a beginning of the quarter, um, and we'll get into the markets, but it's the beginning of the quarter, and when it does, there's a lot of movement around, and it's a short week. It's the Fourth of July, so not a lot of there's not a lot of movement as far as volume goes because people are on vacation. So we'll see where that goes. U.S. market news, CNBC's Market Watch here. Let's see where we're at. So everything is green on the top here. The Dow, Nasdaq, and S&P are all green, all slightly. The 10-year Treasury yield is at 4.361, down 0.074 or 1.669. So that's sizable. So maybe if this continues with a little bit decrease yesterday, maybe it's a significant decrease today. We may get closer to where we were last week before that big jump. So I'm kind of been out of it a little bit, so I'm not really sure why it's moving this much. I haven't really been tracking it, so I don't have the backstory of why it's changed so much. But again, it's volatile. This week is shortened week, and we'll see where it goes through the month. But needless to say, the mortgage rates as of right now, which I thought they would have been lower as we go through the summer, have not really gone lower. They were kind of going down and then we went back up here. So we'll see where we go. All right. Last story. And I'm sure everyone, at least in the Treasure Coast, has heard about it, is Amazon. 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 Their warehouse is opening in Port St. Lucie, bringing 1,000 jobs. So I'm excited about that. That's awesome. But I worry. Here's why I worry. Look, let's be honest. 1,000 jobs, that's awesome. That's awesome for the economy. That's awesome for the Treasure Coast, Fort Pierce, Port St. Lucie, Martin, and that's amazing because that's gonna bring people, even as far north from Indian River, they could commute to this warehouse for work, um, and bring people from maybe transfer in from other parts of the country to Florida, and that means hopefully purchasing property here and investing in our community. All good things, but I worry. Here's the reason why I worry. I At first I was like, man, this is awesome. I don't know, but you guys tell me, does it come at a cost, right? So meaning, and here's the two reasons why I think this, and maybe you guys could tell me. But the first reason that I'm cautious about being so optimistic about this is it is the more people buy on Amazon, the less local stores there are. I've already seen local stores start shutting down, and not just recently, but over the years, right? The bigger Amazon gets, the bigger and more efficient Walmart delivery gets, and all these other ones that are doing the same thing, the less these smaller stores are going to be able to sell, right? And every store may have, they might only hire one, two, three employees, but you multiply it times 100 stores or 1,000 stores. Now we're outpacing these 1,000 jobs that are promised to be brought here. Again, promised, right? And for those that follow all the other kind of headlines like this, sometimes they don't really end up being as great as they were intended. Let's say so I worry about the smaller mom and pop stores. I worry about even mid-sized stores. You get the Bed Bath and Beyond. Again, that's a bigger problem, but we've seen some pretty cool stores go out of business. We've seen Best Buy struggle. How they're still alive, I don't know. But if I'm gonna buy a TV and I find it cheaper on Amazon and I'm gonna get it in 3 hours or in 24-hour delivery and it's a free delivery, why am I going to drive to a Best Buy, right? I might drive there just to look at it, test it out, see how it looks, and then I'll go on Amazon and save some money. I don't have to pay for shipping, delivery, all that nonsense. They bring it to your house, all that. So So that's my first concern, right? Is that all these other stores are being affected, and is the net job gain going to be 1,000? I'm pretty confident saying it won't be. We'll see. Um, the second concern is um, automation. A company like Amazon is all in on AI. They're all in on buying these servers. They're all in on investing in their own AI, whatever, right? And the only reason they're doing that is not to produce more, right? They're not gonna build, a warehouse with 3-story tall. That's not their goal. Their goal for AI and investing billions of dollars in AI is automation. And everyone knows automation, what does that equal? Job loss. So this 1,000 jobs may end up being 1,000 jobs, but maybe they're the lower end of the skill job. Look, they might start great, right? They come in, they got management, they're paying everyone well, but at some point with automation, I believe their first way to implement it is by cutting staff, cutting their hours, cutting their pay, laying off. This might not come the first month. It might not come in the first 6 months or the first year or first couple years, but that is my concern. So I just wanted to share my kind of like mixed feelings about this because if it was 1,000 stores that were opening, I'd be probably a little bit more excited. A lot of variation, a lot more business owners, a lot of people that are invested in this community. Where Amazon is, let's be honest, they're a corporation. They only care about profits, which is all good and dandy. That's awesome, right? There's America. But it might come at a cost down the road. So hopefully you guys got something from this video. I'm curious to know your thoughts on this. If you do, please add them down below. Don't rip me up too bad if you disagree with me. But again, I'm excited about it. But I mean, look, I buy at Amazon all the time, right? So I'm guilty of it. But I think at some point it may have already crossed to the point where it's affecting other businesses. Um, so if you got some value in this video, if you made you think a little bit different about this warehouse from Amazon coming to our local community here, please leave some comments below. And in the meantime, if you could, don't forget to click that like right over there, subscribe right over here, and click that little bell icon right there. All right, guys. I appreciate you. Have a fantastic day. Have a fantastic 4th of July. Celebrate all the liberties that we have in this country. Make sure if you're playing with fireworks, you come back with all these on Friday. See you guys. Bye.